Why settle for just a good story when you can dive into gameplay that truly pulls you in? Today, we're exploring why gameplay is the heart of a great video game experience and why even the best story can't save a game with poor mechanics. In the world of video games, there's often a debate: what's more important, the story or the gameplay? While a gripping story can elevate a game, without solid gameplay to back it up, even the most powerful narrative can fall flat. Today, we'll dive deep into why gameplay should always come first. Let's take a look at some games that have mastered the art of gameplay. Let's start with The Last of Us Part 2, a game that offers a combat system that encourages creativity and adaptability. Players can approach encounters with stealth, use the environment to their advantage, craft items on the fly, and utilize a wide array of weapons. The AI is notably intelligent, with enemies that can communicate, flank, and adapt to the player's actions, creating a dynamic and more tense combat experience. Now moving on to Breath of the Wild, a game that revolutionized the open world genre with its emphasis on exploration. The game encourages players to discover the world at their own pace, rewarding curiosity with secrets, puzzles, and various environmental challenges. The lack of a rigid quest structure allows for a personalized adventure, where the journey is as important as the destination. The gameplay is deeply integrated with the exploration, from climbing and gliding to the physics-based puzzles and shrines. The combat is flexible, allowing for a range of playstyles, though it's often secondary to the joy of exploring Hyrule. Now, Dark Souls is known for its punishing difficulty, but also for its fair and rewarding gameplay. The game's combat is deliberate, requiring precise timing, patience, and an understanding of enemy patterns. Every victory feels earned, and the sense of achievement is a major draw for players. And the story is deeply embedded in the world and lore, often requiring players to piece together the narrative through item descriptions, environmental storytelling, and cryptic dialogues. The minimalist approach to storytelling leaves much to player interpretation, adding to the game's mystique. And looking towards Doom 2016, it is celebrated for its fast, fluid, and visceral combat. The game emphasizes constant movement, aggression, and the use of a wide array of weapons to mow down hordes of demons. The glory kill system, where players can execute weakened enemies for health and ammo, reinforces the game's relentless pace. And while the story is present, it takes a back seat to the gameplay. The plot is straightforward, serving more as a backdrop to the action rather than a central focus. This allows the gameplay to shine, making Doom a quintessential gameplay-first experience. Now, let's compare this to games where the story is the main draw, but the gameplay doesn't quite measure up. Starting with Red Dead Redemption 2, lauded for its rich, detailed story, which offers a deep dive into the characters of the Van der Linde gang. The narrative is immersive, with strong character development, moral dilemmas, and a powerful sense of place and time. The slow pacing allows for a more cinematic experience, with many quiet, reflective moments. The game's attention to realism can make the gameplay feel slow and cumbersome. The controls are sometimes criticized as being unresponsive or overly complicated, and the structural pace of the game isn't for everyone. While some players appreciate the immersive experience, others find it tedious. Now, Detroit Become Human excels in narrative, offering a branching story with multiple perspectives, each exploring complex themes such as artificial intelligence, free will, and social inequality. The choices players make have significant consequences, leading to a variety of endings and story paths. The gameplay, however, is often considered simplistic, focusing heavily on quick-time events and dialogue choices. While this approach allows the story to take center stage, it can feel limiting for players seeking more interactive or complex gameplay mechanics. And Death Stranding is a highly cinematic experience, with a complex and mysterious story that explores themes of connection, isolation, and survival. Directed by Hideo Kojima, the game features lengthy cutscenes and a narrative that unfolds slowly, drawing players into its unique world. The gameplay involves delivering packages across a post-apocalyptic landscape, often criticized for being repetitive or boring early on. However, as the game progresses, New mechanics and tools are introduced, adding depth to the gameplay. Still, the slow start can turn some players away before they fully experience the game's more engaging elements. And looking at the Order 1886, it is praised for its stunning visuals and atmospheric storytelling. Set in a history where ancient order of knights battle supernatural threats in a steampunk London, the narrative is cinematic and immersive, drawing players into its world with high production values. Although, despite the strong story and presentation, the gameplay is often seen as a letdown. The game is short, with linear levels and a heavy reliance on quick-time events. The combat is competent, but not particularly deep. The lack of replay value and the freedom in gameplay contributes to its mixed reception. Now, here's the thing. No matter how captivating a story is, if the gameplay doesn't keep you engaged, the experience can fall apart. The Order 1886 had the potential to be an unforgettable journey, but its short, linear gameplay left players wanting more. On the flip side, games like Doom and Breath of the Wild keep players coming back, not just because of the world or the characters, but because the gameplay itself is the story you're telling. So when it comes down to it, the gameplay is what makes a video game a game. It's the bridge that connects you to the world, the characters, and the story itself. Without a solid gameplay, even the most epic story can feel like a missed opportunity. So next time you pick up a controller, remember, it's not just about the story you're told, but the one you get to play.